Welcome back, and if you are coming from the Wukong video, welcome. Thanks for clicking on the next one, for one. For two, Merry Christmas if you're watching this on Christmas. I am going to be releasing it on Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, that is. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, if you celebrate another holiday, happy holidays. And if you don't celebrate any holidays, or you're watching this after Christmas, hope you have a good day. You know, all that good stuff. But what we are talking about today, without beating around the bush, is Aeris. This is going to be a review on the unit of Aeris. I have pretty much got this is going to be a fresh look at him for the most part. I've seen his character model, but I haven't seen much else of him. So hopefully by the end of this video, I understand why I will be pulling for him. So in the last video we went over Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong did go a lot longer than I thought it would. Hopefully this one doesn't, but if it does and you're into that, hey, if you like and subscribe, that'd help me out a ton. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Elden Ring boss, because this guy, he looks like he's straight out of Dark Souls. He looks like he is going to just kick the shit out of you for hours in a Souls type game. He kind of has that Medania, or what was that, Melania? Yeah, I think it was Melania. He kind of has that vibe to him. Also, the final boss in Dark Souls 2, I think he kind of has a vibe of. This dude, he looks badass. He also looks like he would be in one of the night cities, like castle cities is what I'm saying. Like I think in 2 or 3 there's the giant city, and he looks like he'd fit in there too. He's even doing, you know, a blessing. But he is a Watcher Exorcist. I forgot to put that in the Sun Wukong video. He is a Watcher, Watcher Nightmare. Huh. Maybe I'll edit that in. We'll see. If I edited it in, hopefully I did well. Otherwise, you know, complain to me, hear about it. I don't know. So, Aeris. He, the Gilded Falcon. Aeris. He looks like a Dark Souls unit, or boss, or enemy. And he is a Watcher Esoterius. Very unique pairing of factions. I think this is the first of this pairing that we have. And he costs 26. Wow, he costs a lot. He's a magic fighter. Okay. And let's go over his talent. When deployed, immediately triggers Mighty Thrust. Subsequently, triggers Mighty Thrust every 5 basic attacks, dealing 200% damage. So, Mighty Thrust deals AoE magic damage to up to 5 enemies ahead, including airborne units. Alright, cool. So he can do some airborne attacks. He is magic damage, so a lot of airborne units are immune, or are resistant to magic. A lot of the magic units have, yeah, I don't remember. I think they have like light armor, which is kind of resistant to magic, but either way, yeah, I don't know, but he does magic damage. So his basic attack deals 100% AoE magic damage 1 time to 5 enemies in range. All right, cool. So he's an AoE ground unit. Conquer, he could be good Conquer just based off that. Let's see. Okay, so Mighty Thrust is pretty much just a stronger version of his basic attack. It deals 200% damage. I don't know if that's on top of his basic attack, or, you know, in tandem, or instead of, right? But that we could find out pretty easily once we get him. Once we hopefully get him. I just got Xena yesterday, so I'll be playing around with her and testing her out. I wanted her to test out when she came out, not necessarily to use her. So, Basic attack, magic damage, 100%, goes up to 120% to 5 enemies in range, which is 3 tiles in front of him. His ultimate, we will come back to. You know what? Let's come back to his ultimate. During the ultimate, triggers a Destiny's Decree 1 time every 5 seconds, dealing 70% magic damage, skilling up to 100% every 4 seconds. And Destiny's Decree locks onto one enemy anywhere on the battlefield, dealing AoE magic damage 1 time to the unit or to the target and up to 5 enemies around. Alright, so he just straight up snipes somebody. He decides, you know what? Screw that guy in particular, and does damage. Cool. So his other passive, Righteous Fury, what was the name of that? Unrelenting Will. Yeah, that makes sense. Righteous Fury. Righteous Fury, each time Mighty Thrust is triggered, increases the hero's attack by 6% for 10 seconds. Each time Destiny's Decree is triggered, increases his attack by 6% for 10 seconds. These effects can stack. Okay, and it goes up to 10%. So, can they stack with each other, or can they stack on top of each other? Because I don't know what his attack interval is, but 5 basic attacks, we should be able to get at least 2 sets of that off in 10 seconds, giving him a 20% damage bonus, and then during his ultimate, a 40% attack increase. I don't know if that's possible, but let's look into it after we look at his ultimate. Ultimate, Judgment Day, is a manual ult, and it costs 800, skills down to 700. Awesome, cheap. Lasts 20 seconds. Okay, lasts quite a while. 25 when skilled. And increases the hero's damage by 40%, going up to 60%, and attack range by 1, giving him 4 tiles of range instead of 3. Okay. And reduces the number of basic attacks required to trigger the talent by 2, pushing that down to 3. The ultimate's area of effect turns into a golden trammel. Reduces movement speed of enemies in the affected area by 50%. Okay, cool. So I could see him actually having some use in, what do you call it? Gear Dungeon 1. He might actually be useful there. If he pushes out some solid damage, he could be a damage dealer for the bottom row or the top row. Okay, cool. He's definitely help you progress until they're immune to slow, and the slow does work on air units too. That shows here. Awesome. So, yeah. Okay, this. Not that I am complaining, but I'm also complaining. He would work great in a cultist faction. Esoteria, not so much. If he was freezing, sure. But he's slowing, which increases damage of cultists. This is a perfect Watcher cultist. That would be the perfect combination for him. But hey, whatever. I don't make the units. So he is a block of 2, cost of 26, very expensive. Magic damage dealers are often pretty expensive, especially ones with a range like this. I imagine one of his awakenings, probably A4, will reduce his cost by like 4. I don't know. Redeployment time of 60. And let's look at his max stats. Okay, 5,000 attack, 2,100 or 21,000 HP. Solid. 3,500 defense and 1,348 magic resistance. Not bad. He seems to be a fairly tanky unit. Attack interval of 2.5 seconds. That is going to be pretty difficult to get down to probably like a 1.5, 1.7 attack interval, but that should be doable, especially as you get farther on in the game. Rage regen auto of 12. I think that's pretty good. I don't remember exactly how that stacks up to anybody else. Basic attack, 10. So every basic attack he's getting 10, and when he's attacked, he's getting 6. Okay, cool. Let's look at his awakenings. Now, his Awaken 1 increases the basic attack range by 1. Okay, so he goes up to four spots at a 1. Cool. And Golden Trammel also inflicts damage reduction on enemies. That damage reduction is 20%. Okay, cool. So he makes it so your units take less damage. That would also be good in Gear Dungeon 1. Okay, so solid. It's not a one-time use like Wukong's. So, Awaken 2, attack plus 300. Solid, he's got 5,000, so that puts him up to 5,300. A3. During the ultimate, Mighty Thrust deals an extra 100% damage one time. Okay, cool. So that puts it up to 350%? Or no, 300%. Was it 150? Yeah, so 300%. Okay, solid. Just increases his damage altogether. Okay, so he doesn't get a reduced cost. Awaken 4, penetration. I would have put reduced like cost by like 4 there. That would have made him real strong. This guy's probably going to be really good in GVG. I don't know for certain, but just his skill kit definitely looks like a GVG champion, but it can find niches elsewhere as well. So, A5, Mighty Thrust and Destiny's Decree ignore 20% of the target's magic resistance. This is good, but feels underwhelming for A5, to be completely honest. There's a lot of units that their A5 does feel underwhelming. This, I'm sure it performs pretty good, but it doesn't, it's not flashy, you know? It's just meh. But, I mean, eventually you'll get him A5, probably. There are more and more units being added to the game, so it is getting harder and harder to get awakenings for units. But with the release of Soul Stones, or Unpolished Soul Stones, it is getting a little bit more regular, and we are getting them in events. Granted, I know this is end-of-year events and whatnot that we're getting them in, but Guild Boss 1 is dropping them. Eventually, they're going to release a Nightmare 5, and I imagine the drop rate of them is going to go up even higher at that point. You'll accumulate resources to A5 him eventually if you want to. He seems like a solid unit. He's got a very unique faction combo. I still think instead of Esoteria, it should have been Cultist, but that's just my 2 cents. Yeah, he looks like he's going to be a really good unit. He doesn't look like he's going to be the best unit in the world, but he does look like he's going to be solid. And honestly, pairing alongside Setrum is not a bad unit. He has fallen out of the meta. Don't get me wrong, but he is not a bad unit at all. And Setrum's Awakenings, if you're struggling with Guild Boss 1, they are top notch. When entering Fortress Stance, grants the buff for up to 2 allies with the highest current attack within range. They will then deal 200 or 30% more damage to shields, which that's really the part that holds people up. Setrum is a solid unit. I'm not going to go over his skill set here because he's been in the game for so long, and honestly, I don't really use him anymore, but he is a good unit. Vortex is also a great healer, so good consolation prize if you get epics on there. But yeah, I mean, if you're pulling for Sun Wukong, you might as well wait till Saturday, and if you have the extra summons, if you get to like, let me look at the pity now, because it is different. It is different now. Let's see. Pity timer rules: after 180 consecutive summons, each summon then increases by 5%. So if you get to 170 summons, I would say switch over to the other banner. It's going to cost you an extra 30 summons, potentially. But you can pull, a legendary there, and then go back to the Sun Wukong banner and guarantee another legendary within 30 pulls. So if you are pulling for Sun Wukong, you might as well try and pull on his banner. It wouldn't hurt you any. Unless you just don't have those extra summons, in which case I would definitely recommend stick with Wukong. But I will go into a should you summon video on Thursday. I will release that on Thursday. I'll try and get it recorded tomorrow. Let me know if you are summoning for Aeris or if you're summoning for Wukong. Let me know what your weekend is going to hold. Also, if you have made it this far and into this video as well, or if you just watched this video without the Sun Wukong video, hey, whatever. But it is confirmed, and let me just double check this. Event notice. It is confirmed. Yes. So this weekend we are also getting one of the best ancient banners we've gotten. Ingrid, who is arguably top 2 units in the game, Praetus being 1, her being 2, and Ardea, one of the top 5 to 10 units in the game, on the same banner. So I will be summoning for this banner as well, but we'll go over that more when it comes onto the banner art and when it comes to the should you summon. And that will be, like I said, hopefully released on the 26th. Yes, hopefully on the 26th. But as I said in the beginning of this video, if you do enjoy my videos or if they help you at all, I wouldn't mind if you threw a like on there, subscribed, all that good stuff. If you have any suggestions for things in the future, or you want to see anything in specific, if you want to see me test something or do some specific content, let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for other content to do rather than just reviews and summon videos and all that good stuff. I do enjoy the game, so I wouldn't mind making content in general on it. I am planning on doing some takeovers for some people. I think this weekend one of my viewers does want me to try to redo his Guild Boss 1 team, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can push him to a new high score. So yeah, if you guys have any requests or anything, let me know and I'll see what I can do for you. And like I said, if you like it, like it. If you want to help me out, subscribe, and if you come back, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.